Hello everyone, this is Pamperchew. The other day at the Goodwill bins I found this video camera set. This is an Olympus color video camera model VX-303, manufactured in 1983. It is a tube type camera and I just had to have it. Now when I found it, the bag was already opened up and all these parts were just thrown all over the bins. At the bins, you basically buy everything by the pound, so people rummage through everything, they tear stuff up, and when there's sets of stuff, you got to get there early, otherwise people will pull parts out that they want, or it'll just be all over the bin and you can't find anything. Now unfortunately, the recorder that went with this, the side bag recorder, is missing. Now I have a few over at my parents' house, so that's not a big deal. I have a way to plug this in. But the original recorder is missing, and it's unfortunate that it probably ended up in the scrap pile. But at least I got the camera in pretty good shape. It's kind of a neat camera. This one has a handle and a removable viewfinder and stereo microphone. You can unscrew this thing here. I don't know if you can see that on camera very well, but there's actually two microphones in there, one facing this direction, one facing that direction. And if I can figure out how to modify the holder on this, I might even modify this to work on my Sony camera that I'm holding in my hand, because people were complaining about the focus noise my camera makes. I thought that would be kind of a neat microphone replacement, and that way it wouldn't damage the original equipment either. It slides on this little rail right here and comes right off. This is its own little unit. Now this camera uses the standard type connector. Today I can't show you this thing powered up because all my equipment is still at my parents' house. I have a large collection of tube type camera equipment. But I will be happy to show you all the features that are on this camera. Here's the lens. It is a nice large piece of glass. Focus here. It does have autofocus. As you can see, the two eyeballs right there for autofocus. And there's a little zoom feature here. Goes to macro, 12 to 86 it looks like. Where's that? Yeah, this is 96. 12 to 96. Does have a manual iris adjustment. If you pull this little tab out, and you can manually adjust the iris or have it in auto. There's a auto white balance switch and an outdoor-indoor switch. It'd probably be just switching in and out little filters. In front of the tube, you have an autofocus and manual focus switch. Down here, kind of a computerized feature. You can have like the event that you're recording, you can program that in, and looks like also the remote control for the video recorder. You can also change the color of the text, white, green, and red. On the front of the camera there is the blue and red color balance adjustment, so pretty much manual white balance. A fade adjustment. I forget how this works, but it basically turns the gain all the way down on the tube, and then when you let go it slowly turns the gain back up on the tube and gives it this fade effect. Now on the other side there's this handle that slides down. You unscrew this little knob and that pulls down and you tighten that back up. Now unfortunately the first thing when I unscrewed this and bent it, a little plastic piece broke off right here, so you can see the threads on the inside, so I gotta glue that back. But the plastic on these old cameras get brittle sometimes, especially if they're stored improperly. You have an external microphone and headphone jack, and then that's for the viewfinder and microphone. On the bottom there's this little shoulder rest that slides out. On the bottom of the camera there is the manufacturer date. It says June 1983, and then you have a little tripod stand screw mount, and the Olympus color video camera model VX-303U. Caution! High voltage. Those tubes, I think, were high voltage. So, opening up these old cameras, unless you know what you're doing, read the manual. All the other stuff that came with the camera, or what I was able to find of it, we got the remote control and a few other cables. Here's the power cable that went to the VTR. Unfortunately, that's missing. And I don't know why these were in there, but this was actually in the bag. Someone left those in there. And what is kind of cool is all the original literature. Up here we have the owner's manual for the color video camera, the VTR, and an actual owner's manual for the remote control. Here's some labels that would have gone with the VTR. There's little channel numbers and letters. And over here, registration cards and the original invoice and receipt. Here we have the original invoice. The top price, Olympus video system, was $1,700, and looks like they bought a lot of extra components to go with it. There's the remote control for $2,195, but there's the total, $2,080.15. And up here is the actual receipt for it. That was just cool. And they even had some repair slips. All the work that has been done on the camera in the past. Cleaning, and this one says they did a disassemble cleaning and all that, pinch roller replacement. Unfortunately, that was for the VTR that got tossed out. But it's not very common that you find all the documentations to go with it. And it's really cool to have found all this stuff. I'm glad to have found it. I'll put it in my collection, keep it safe. Once I get all the cables from my parents' house, I'll plug this into the computer and do a recording from it. These color tube cameras just have a nice warm picture, and ever since I was a kid I started collecting these cameras, and I got about 10 or 20 tube type cameras, and I think my oldest one is a 1971 black and white Sony camera. But if you look at my older videos, I think I did a video a couple years ago plugging these into the TV and showing how they work. But once I get those cables here, I'll do a second video and plug it in. But that's all I can show you for today. If you know anything about these cameras or had one yourself, please post down in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.